Hi everyone, this is Carolyn Speaks, the State of Our World on Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. So what is it? Good, bad, or indifferent? All three. Actually, as of today, we have 30,131, we have 30,131,198 cases of the coronavirus in the United States. Didn't have to be this way. Trump and his administration said it was a hoax, fake news, and we have all these cases, people still being getting sick, a few thousand, so I think it's about 50,000 a day now, new cases, and fatalities are over 540,000 fatalities in U.S. for the coronavirus. Didn't have to be this way, but it is. So we have to do the thing. We have to hold Trump and his administration accountable for the damage they done and all the fatalities and everything they've done, the cause of this and their insurrection of the Capitol on January 6th. So that's what should happen. Now, of course, we have people who don't think it's a problem. You have to wear a mask whenever you're out in public. You have to practice social distancing. You only have to socialize with those in your immediate household, and we have to make sure that you protect everyone. Now, the virus, we have a lot of gun violence in our country. We always have. Now, the problem with the gun violence is it's there, and you can't do anything about it. You have to solve it. Now, we had a shooting in Boulder, Colorado, in a supermarket, and 10 people were killed. A few days earlier, about less than a week earlier, we had a shooting in Atlanta and Massage Parlors. 8 people killed, 6 of them Asian, 7 of them Asians, 7 of them women, 6 of them Asian. So we have a problem. There is a representative in the Colorado state, Tom Sullivan, who lost his son at the Aurora movie theater back in 2012, I think it was, and he went to work after that, and he got elected to the legislature, state legislature, and they've been passing, they have been able to pass good, effective legislation in Colorado. Now, so that's good, and he's still working on that. Now, in addition to that, we have some other interesting notes, because Colorado also had, the city of Boulder had passed legislation to ban assault rifles and magazines, that let you have a lot of bullets in the gun. And then someone complained to a court in some gun rights proponents in Boulder complained to a state court, and they were able to get this law overturned. And then we had the massacre the other day. I wonder how many of those people would still be with us if that law was not overturned. That judge has to be held accountable, and those people who asked it to be overturned. So I definitely think that was a mistake to do that. Now, the NRA, how the NRA's radical anti-gun control ideology became GOP dogma and still warps debate. The massacre in the Boulder grocery store came just a Colorado judge ruled in favor of the National Rifle Association's challenge to the city's ban on assault weapons. So the NRA has to be held accountable. And somehow the NRA, starting in 1970s, has been pushing for expanded gun rights. and insisted that more guns, not fewer, would prevent gun deaths. The NRA's ideology is something that they've convinced the overwhelming majority of elected officials in the Republican Party, especially on the national level, to believe, says investigative reporter Frank Smythe. Well, the NRA is in trouble. They're bankrupt. They're being sued in New York. So, what's that all about? I don't know, but they're still there. And gun violence is out of control. So, what do we do about that? Now, also, on a more positive note, how Australia ended regular mass shootings, gun reforms after 1996 massacre could be a model for the U.S. As the United States struggles to make sense of two mass shootings, Atlanta, Georgia, and Boulder, Colorado, look at one country that fought to end the violence. And they appear to be succeeding. But will it last? What Australia did is back in 1996, there was a massacre. A gunman opened fire on tourists in Port Arthur, Tasmania, killing 35 people. Just 12 days after the grisly attack and the public outcry it sparked, Australia announced new gun control measures. We had a massacre about once a year, Rebecca Peters, international arms control advocate, said. And she's one of the leading leaders of the campaign to reform Australia's gun laws. Now, but since the new gun control measures were passed, Australia had almost no mass shootings and now has one of the lowest levels of gun violence anywhere. So that's good news. Maybe we can do that. Have to talk to the Republicans in the Senate. Now, because President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris won the election in 2020, Republicans have been very upset. And about 40 states around the U.S., Republicans in 40 states and legislatures have been trying to pass legislation to suppress voting, to keep people who won't vote for them from voting. So why would I want to? I want to cut down on early voting. I want to cut down on absentee voting. I want to cut down all kinds of things, what they say, because they can't win if everybody who is eligible to vote votes. So they're trying to pass all these laws, and hopefully our courts will strike them down. But the thing is, you have to get involved. You have to vote. You have to pay attention to what's going on. And that's the only way we're going to solve this problem. It's not going to go away on its own. So, all right. So we have gun violence is still out there, running amok. We have attempts to change that. We have voter suppression still running amok in the country. And it all goes back to the way this country was founded. It was the British, the French, the Dutch, and the Spanish are the ones who had explorers here, and ended up with the British being in charge, being the top dog. And we had the American Revolution, 1776. However, from the British, the occupation of the colonizers, they all approved of slavery. Slavery has been with us for over 400 years. The country, the United States, has only been a country for a little over 200 years. So we have a long history of slavery. Now, I think that's a lot of stuff going on, but you have to get involved in what's happening in the world. You have to be aware of what's happening. You have to contact your legislators, those who represent you on the city, town, county, state, federal level, and let them know what you think. Another problem we have is climate change. It's not going to go away. We only have one planet. We have to do what we can to protect it. Now, I'd like to sing a little song for you. So I'd like to sing today is, let's see, what have we sung recently? Amazing Grace, Michael, If I Had a Hammer. Oh, here's one. It's called 500 Miles, a short one. If you miss the train I'm on, you'll know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 500 miles. Lord, I'm one. Lord, I'm two. Lord, I'm three. Lord, I'm four. Lord, I'm 500 miles away from home. Not a shirt on my back, not a penny to my name. Lord, I can't go on home this away, this away, this away, this away, this away. Lord, I can't go on home this away. Okay, that's called 500 miles. I don't know all the verses, which is normal for me. I hope you liked that. I don't know who wrote it. Thank you for tuning in this evening of Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. Hope you'll be back with us again tomorrow evening for another meeting of Caroline Speaks the State of her World. Remember, stay safe, protect yourself and others, wear a mask, only out when you need to, practice social distancing, only socialize with those in your immediate household. And remember, kindness goes a long way. Kindness goes a very long way. And remember, the NRA is not all powerful. So don't let them intimidate you. You have a right to live. They say, the Constitution says we have a right to arms, militias. But then the Supreme Court changed it to individuals have a right to arm. So don't be afraid of the NRA because they don't really have any, they only have power if you let them. Thank you. Good night. Stay safe. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.